Hello, Vibe Tribe.
Hello. Oh, I'm
You
not
sound
supposed to
very
read.
excited.
Oh, I am excited, actually.
Yes, it has been a minute. Life has just been lifing, like
Always,
literally.
literally, always. That's just the way it goes.
And there is no figurative speaking here. It's literal. Life has been lifing. But we are happy that you all have joined us again for yet another episode. So first of all, how are you?
Fantastic. How are you?
Oh, okay. That's great. I'm doing good.
Good.
I have no complaints. Um, fantastic is great though.
Fantastic. Fantastic is great. I'm going to keep saying that.
Oh, okay. Is
And you?
it truly reflective of how you're feeling?
No, it's a fake it till you make it. We're going to be fantastic. No, actually, things are really good. I don't have any. I bumped into someone that you may know in the grocery store, and I said, "Oh, hey, how you been?" She was like, "Girl, I am just living my best life," with
Oh,
the biggest smile on her face, and I knew that to be true. So I was like, oh, "Okay, I'm
that's very
trying."
nice.
Yeah, that's very nice.
I follow a number of doctors on social media, and there's a science behind speaking, training your brain to follow your mouth.
Hmm.
And it could work for you or against you. You speaking negatively, that's what your brain will be trained to expect and believe.
Hmm.
And conversely, speaking
And it will look
positively,
for reasons to find to be upset. And
yeah,
yeah, absolutely.
yeah, it sounds very cliche, but there is data that shows that, and
And that's what the book said. If
it
you read
does.
if the Bible say that somewhere in there, I can't quote you chapter verse, but it's in there
Sometimes
about
people will
speaking things
believe
into.
science before they will believe the book, which is unfortunate, I guess. But yeah, I'm gonna believe the book first
Um,
as
then
my
the
guiding
science,
source. Yes.
right, and then the science, but it's all related. You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
it's in there both ways.
Yeah.
Anyway, but yeah, so she was living her best life. Now I don't think she works. I
Oh, that explains
I think that
it.
I think she got her a good man to take care of her and the whole household. And
Okay,
well, let
that
me
that
let
can
me
add
retract.
to it.
Let me retract and restate. She worked when she wants to.
Okay.
So I'm like, that's even better. So you can get a little bit of money, all of that. So she is living her best life, and I ain't mad at her. So
Neither am I. I
yeah,
mean, I in this with the state of the world today, that's the goal,
yeah,
you know.
amen.
Um so anyway,
Well, Howard, you said
oh,
you're good.
yeah, I'm doing good.
Okay.
I do work every day.
More than
Which
8 hours most often.
and I for the most part enjoy working. I
Hmm.
enjoy the work
Hmm.
that I do.
Hmm.
It's always the people who muddy the waters a little bit. But I one thing I am good at is ignoring.
The art of the ignore. Okay, that is a skill.
Yeah, it's listen, it's all about self-preservation, and I'm
And
here
if
to
you have to
preserve
ignore the hell
myself.
out of somebody to do that, then so be it. Got it.
Yeah. So but all is well.
Good. Good.
Mhm. So to the Vibe Tribe, we have an interesting topic for you all today. However, we're going to go according to, our normal plan, which
Good.
is to do a vibe check first.
Mm-hmm.
And so, keep, sort of staying with the theme of what this episode is about, you know, we have dated throughout our lives. We may be still dating or we may not be. I don't know. But
I don't know what she
let
meant by
me,
that, but we're gonna go with it. Okay.
if
Well, is
the,
one of us not dating anymore? Did someone get married?
I didn't.
Okay, I didn't.
Oh, okay.
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 Okay, so
We're on
we're
the same
dating.
page.
Okay, we're on the same page.
Okay.
Okay.
Awesome. Um, Complete this sentence.
Okay.
If there were one thing that you would want your significant other to do, what would it be? One thing. I know you have a list, but let's
Yeah,
we have a
yeah.
show to do.
Some things may not be for public consumption. Um, if there was one thing that I would want my partner to do, it would be.
Man, he must be perfect. She can't think of one
Uh-huh.
thing.
He sure is. Gosh, trying to narrow it down, but one thing I am really drawing a blank.
Wow.
Not for lack of options.
Mm-hmm.
It's trying to narrow it down. Okay, I'm going to say, okay, I'll say this, to listen without trying to figure out the end before a whole sentence is stated, a whole movie is watched, a whole, he tries to get to the get to the bottom line. Like he
Mm-hmm.
wants the bottom line up front.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes you just have to listen to a person because you don't know where it's going, but he'll listen to 2/10 of a second and say, "Oh, okay, this movie about blah blah blah," and he might not have any idea. So just, I would want him to just listen.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
How about you?
I would say the same thing. Listen, period. No context is needed. Just listen.
Oh,
um,
that could be a show with them just listening in all the different ways that doesn't happen. But anyway,
yeah, yeah. So okay. That was the vibe check.
boy, that was
Please
quick.
listen to the men out there, please. Word of advice, just listen.
Oh, please.
Just
And thank you. It would make your life a lot easier. Matter of fact, I I was watching a sermon this morning because I haven't actually been into the house of the Lord in
hmm
a minute, like going to church, but I do listen bedside Baptist. And one of the things that he was talking about is husbands and how they should love their wives. You know that one scripture, husbands should love your wives,
hmm
and then and if you don't do that, you'll become resentful and bitter. And he was like, and those two are mutually exclusive. You can't love your wife and be bitter and resentful. He's like, if you're loving your wife, then you will not be resentful and bitter. And I was just like, that's
Speak on it,
interesting.
Pastor.
I said, go
Mhm.
ahead, pass the battle. It was very interesting, but he did have some stuff for women to do too, but we won't talk
Oh,
about
that's not what
that.
this show is about.
That's not what this show is about. So, this show is
Mhm.
about the fact that we asked a group of men one question, and the answers were a bit more emotional than we had expected. Um, and they almost had to stop themselves from giving us a whole laundry list of things. So, today we're talking about what men wish women knew.
Woo, it's
It's
loaded.
loaded. Now, this is not a show about how women are falling short, what we're not doing, none of that kind of stuff. It's a little fun, a little lighthearted, but it's like some of the things that men wish that women knew.
And it's also in terms of our commentary about this feedback is not male bashing by any stretch.
It might be a little
So
bit.
So just know that, like, we're not here to bash, but we will give our our feedback on the feedback.
Yeah, and some of it was very interesting. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Some of it made us chuckle.
Yeah. So do
So,
you want to start?
um, I'll start. I'll take it from the top.
Okay.
And I actually agree with this first one, and I think that it's a great first one to start with. Um, when we asked men, "What do you wish women knew?" one answer we received is saying hello to a woman doesn't doesn't necessarily mean we are hitting on them. And I thought that was true. I mean, I
Yeah.
thought that was good advice, and I think that women need to heed that one
Mhm.
because I can't tell you, I know several women, they can't walk down the street without all these men hitting on them.
Okay.
And I'm like, okay, you cute. You are not stopping traffic. Every man that sees you is not wanting to leave his wife to be with you because he's enamored with you. And I think that those women in particular don't know that just because someone says hello, they don't want you.
Yeah.
They're being polite.
Yeah.
They're saying hello.
Yeah. And it's just that.
It's not complicated. You can even sit at a bar and have a full on conversation with a man, and y'all could solve all the world's problems. And when y'all get up,
Mhm.
he goes his way, you go yours. He don't want you. He was eating dinner by himself
Exactly.
and just struck up a conversation. It's why do why do we do that?
We do not do that.
No,
But
we do
there
not do that.
some I agree with you that this is a good point. Like, this is one that I would agree with also,
Hmm.
that it's just being polite.
Right.
But people, I we all react out of trauma a lot of times.
Hmm.
And some of that just may be that whoever the women are, their experiences have just been that the man wants to hit on them, that, like, they're just not speaking. But I think if you handle it, like, I think it's all about how the woman handles it,
So
right?
like earphones, headphones at the gym, not talking to anybody. Type handle it
No,
or
no.
handle. Okay.
It, like, even if you're feeling like he's trying to hit on you, just be
Hmm.
like, hey, how you doing, and keep walking.
That's true. That's
So
true. That's true. But I think for some women it's an ego boost. Like, no disrespect, and I'm mid to late 50s, and all of that. I'm just putting it out there because ain't no shame. At this point, who cares? But we have aged out of the process of every man who sees you wants you, right?
Mhm.
And so, how is it that you're in your 60s and every man still wants you? I don't believe it. That isn't a trauma thing, I don't think. I think that's like a
You think it's
feeding you,
insecurity?
either that or you're just boosting your own ego or something. I don't know. I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, I
But
don't know either.
anyway.
But just know that there are some polite men out there who just like to say, "Hi, how are you?" and
That's
move
it.
on.
Yeah, that's
Move
it.
on.
That's it. That's it.
All right, moving on. This one, okay. We wish women would initiate something as simple as a hug or a kiss after a day of work. That's feasible. Like, I don't see a problem with that. Listen, if you so if you're in a situation where you are, like, living with your significant other or something like that, I feel like that adds to the culture of the home.
Hmm.
And it establishes a certain type of behavior, right?
Right.
And so It's just like if you initiate something negative, that will establish the culture of the house.
That's true.
And so, doing those types of things, in my opinion, it creates a certain environment. It sets a certain standard of behavior for the household and between you and your significant other.
Yes, I agree with that. However,
Comma.
comma, you say you both work from home.
Hmm.
Well, yeah, say you both work from home, and your partner finishes work, sitting on the sofa, whatever, with a scowl on their face and just mad, or maybe not even a scowl, but just still processing the events of the day,
Hmm.
and they're not willing to let it go, and they're a little testy,
Hmm.
for lack of a better word. That's not the word I want to use, but they're a little testy. I don't know. It's just, it's like, I don't even want to be around that energy. Like, you go fix that.
Mm-hmm.
Because if I'm coming to you with a hug and a kiss and a smile and, hey, how was your day? And you like, fine.
That's true.
I like, it's just, I ain't feeling
Which
that.
also contributes to the environment that's being
Right,
established
right.
in the household. So yeah,
So go fix that.
yeah.
But yes, I think that is lovely. A hug and a kiss.
Right. And I do you think that the sort of undertone to this is that because I feel like sometimes men feel like or put this certain responsibility on women um, to create that environment. Like it's not. I don't know if they necessarily take on that ownership or that responsibility. It's like you
Make me feel
stroke
good.
me and yeah, and then we can both be happy in the household.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, that whole expectations of women in the
Oh,
household is another whole
yeah.
conversation. Um, I what I think it is oftentimes, and this is not a male bashing thing, but oftentimes men don't see themselves,
Mm-hmm.
so they don't see how that scowl is really not inviting
Yeah,
a hug
there's
or a kiss.
definitely a lack of awareness
Yeah,
that exists in
yeah,
a lot of cases.
yeah. And okay, little side story. When I was a little girl, and I'm a daddy's girl through and through, love Jim Bob. I say my daddy can't walk on water, but he can take a few steps.
Hmm.
That's how I see him. And when I was a little girl, he would come home with a knot in his forehead, and I was afraid of him
Hmm.
for a period of time until I realized that didn't have anything to do with
Hmm.
me. He was still thinking about stuff going on at work. And
Hmm.
when I would say, Daddy, Daddy, he would soften a little bit,
Hmm.
to interact with me. But when he walked through the door, he hadn't left work at work yet.
Hmm.
And so it took me some understanding before I realized
Hmm.
my daddy ain't nobody to be scared of. He's
Hmm.
just,
Yeah.
speaking. And I do think that as I'm saying that, I may not extend enough grace
Mm.
to my partner
Mm.
because he may still be thinking about things, and I'm like, why he sitting there with his face all tuned up? Where I might just need to extend a little grace
That's
and
some
initiate the
great
hugging.
awareness that you just
Look at
right
me!
there,
Look at
growing up right before my eyes.
this real time, baby, right here. Okay, that's
Very good,
note to
Sherry.
self. Okay. Okay, what else did we learn from men? This is my favorite. Can I share my absolute favorite one?
Please.
This is what men wish women knew. Men actually can tell the difference between fuchsia and mauve and many other subtleties. It's just not important to them. So they pretend like they can't. So we stop asking. That was my absolute favorite. I was like, y'all been tricking us this whole time because I thought that men really couldn't tell the difference,
Mm,
but they just don't care.
that well, no, that's true. They
Yeah, they
really
don't
don't.
care. And so, why are they gonna have a whole conversation of do you like this fuchsia versus mauve? They just say, "Oh, I can't tell the difference," and then you shut up and go away,
Right.
and then they're happy.
Hmm.
That's a good one to know.
And it's important to know who you're with, right?
Right.
Because maybe some do. Men have stepped up their game in terms of fashion and being, really
Girl, the
into.
content creators in the fashion world.
So I don't know. We may be in a new era now, in terms of the men. Let me, anyway. Uh, I ain't
Another
touching that with a
topic.
10-foot pole. Yeah. Anywho, moving
Any-
on. Um, all right. Here's another. I'm not going there.
oh, now you have to.
I would say, and so mind you, Vibe Tribe, we asked the men to send us like 2 to 3 things. Most of them wanted to send 9 to 10, but we don't have enough showtime
Right.
to.
And when I tell you they were like, they meant that stuff. Like some of them, I think it was cathartic for them to say, finally, some woman is listening to what I got to say on the subject.
Okay, here is one. This was someone who was venting apparently. Men. Now, mind you, we asked them. We asked the men what do they wish women knew. Now, this response is men don't like women who think they are smarter or that they are the smartest person in the room. What if they are?
Oh, I would love to give a little backstory on who shared that one. But yeah, I think he was venting a little bit
Yeah.
because oftentimes, I mean, people
And
people know different
who's in the room? Right. Like,
people know different things. And so, okay, so the sermon this morning, again with Pastor Battle, was talking about your home and all of that stuff and how the men are the head of the household, blah blah blah. And so sometimes,
whole nother conversation. But go
whole
ahead.
nother conversation. But sometimes men, not male bashing, want to be the authority figure. They want to be the head of the household, but
Mm-hmm.
it's not their gifting. It's not their in a particular area, for
Mm-hmm.
example. And I'm gonna say this because my friend is uber smart.
Mm-hmm.
Like he really is very, very bright, talented, and he can't fix much of anything in a house. Or he's just not interested. He can't fix anything.
Mm-hmm.
And so when it comes to electronics, I'll fix all the electronic stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But there's some men who try to act like they can fix it or do it when they're not the ones that should. So what we got to go without having TV. If I could just stand up and fix it, is that me being the smartest person in the room, or is it just me doing what I can, my gift, working with a skill that I have that he may not have?
So I think there are a couple things there. One is I hear some gender role stuff there a little bit,
A little bit, probably.
um, which can cause its own set of issues within relationships. But when I read this, I I am thinking of a number of things like it, but it takes me to like dialogue
Mm-hmm.
between a man and a woman,
Mm-hmm.
and perhaps you know I don't know, perhaps I see this type of thing coming up when there's a difference in opinion, right?
Yes.
And each of them want or feels that their opinion is the law.
Right. Right.
And it's tough in a lot of cases to agree to disagree.
Especially when you write.
And I know in my situation, my friend always have to have the last word. And so we will go back and forth. Okay, 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 okay.
And that's 20 minutes later, y'all still okay, okay.
But it's a communication thing to me, and it's the that real sort of basic thing that each person wants to be heard and
Yes.
each person wants to be right.
Yes.
So we're not here to solve any problems.
None. Can't
But
do that.
no, not at all.
But yeah, but it's like, why wouldn't you want to be with a smart person? Like for a man to say that he does, what was it? What was it again? That
Men don't like women who think they are the smartest person in the room. This is on
what
the
if?
second.
Yeah, but what if they are the smartest person in the room? And why would you want to be with someone who plays small and dumb? Like, I understand what's being said, but I don't understand how that's a problem. Like, I like being around smart people because I
Mhm.
learn something. Anyway, that I don't get it.
And I think it's people know more on certain topics than others.
Right.
So it's really not about being like thinking that you're the smartest person in the room. It's like it may depend on the topic
Hmm.
that, is at hand. But listen, y'all figure that out.
Right. We can't do it. We can't do it. I'm trying to figure out my own stuff. What about the one that this was another one where someone was venting. Men don't like women who talk too much. Now that wasn't even a question we asked. We said, "What do men wish that women knew?" And I guess he want women to know we don't like women who talk too much.
What is that about?
Well, that's the same one who said they don't want to be. They don't like women who think she's the smartest person in the room.
But what is the I have never understood because I hear this often from different males that they don't like women who talk too like what is that about who talk too
What is
much.
too much? What too much for you? Too much out in public, like saying the wrong things.
Yeah, I don't understand. It's a very sort of general and vague statement.
It almost sounds like you're being around a person you don't really like a lot. Like, why wouldn't you want to talk to the person? Is
Or
it
does it have to do with your communication skills? Like, are you lacking in your communication skills? Like, I'm trying to figure out what is that about.
men
Do we
love
want to
women?
move on?
Men love women they can watch sports with and understand the game.
Okay, I'm with watching, sports with my significant other. Sometimes I don't like football. I'm just not all that. One, I don't completely understand the game.
Mhm.
And two, unless I'm at the game, like I've been to some football games and they are much more exciting in person than they are to watch on television. But I will sit and watch a basketball game, certainly tennis. Not much into like hockey or baseball,
I hear
but
hockey's really fun to watch in person.
yeah, yeah,
But
it gets
have you been to a
no,
hockey
but
game?
I've heard that it gets they stay fighting and stuff.
Yeah, I don't get the fact that they want their woman to do it with them. Like, why wouldn't you want to do that with the fellas? Like, why is it that? And maybe I'm reading too much into
Because
what
I
was
think it's
said, but
and like they do it with their fellas, but
not all of them.
and oh, okay.
And I think that's part of why I don't understand it. Like, wouldn't it be more fun to do it with the fellas as opposed to a woman who may even be faking like she's interested versus really being interested, or or the thing that I don't understand about, because sometimes I will watch sports with my friend, but like he's rattling off stats, and you, oh yeah, well you know so and so played for the such and such team last year, and he got 800 baskets, and he did.
Yeah,
Well,
I
I
just
tell
don't
you,
respond to that. I just be like, mm-hmm.
and I'm like, and he'll be like, well, because you know, I said, how would I
No,
know?
and no, I don't know.
How would I know that? I don't even know this man. Anyway, I just think they should do it by themselves. But because I'm not, other than tennis, I'm not a big, I don't like football. So
Hmm.
that is like torture. It is how many hours of sitting there
I
watching
know.
that?
I know.
I could watch the fourth
But tennis
quarter.
could also be.
Yeah, but that's okay.
Oh, okay. And I think this is the problem. But again, I also think that something like that contributes to the culture of the home, right?
Yeah,
It's time spent.
which is why I do it. But I would prefer to watch like the fourth quarter. Or now that the World Cup is going on, I don't need to watch 90 minutes of tennis of soccer for
Mm-mm,
any reason.
mm-mm.
I don't need that in my life. But anyway,
All right, y'all figure that out.
that's just okay.
All right, so what men wish women knew. We wish women understood that men are sensitive under the rough exterior. So if a man decides to be vulnerable to a woman, then that he's dating, please don't take that for granted because you might not get the opportunity again. Oof.
Hmm. No, that was insightful.
Hmm. Well, and I think that so he's saying that he wished women understood that men are sensitive under the rough exterior. Well, so you then I, my response to that would be to, and I know part of this is creating sort of a safe space because I think creating a safe space for men is very important to men,
Yeah, yeah.
but
So
it's very important to us as well.
right,
But I think particularly for men because they most of them have this sort of tough exterior. In order for creating a safe space for them sort of facilitates them, being more vulnerable or whatever. But I would say that, to me, the ownership is on both sides, as it is with a lot of these things.
right.
That it cannot be only the woman's responsibility to um, create a safe space, within the home or whatever, even within the relationship, right? Like even when you are out with your significant other, like there is something for me in my mind that should make me even feel like I'm there is still like between me and you this safe space, like the safe space is not just a physical space,
Right, right.
um it's a it is a figurative space
Hmm.
between you and I, where I know you're not going to act out in public and I'm not going to act out in public, and we both understand how we handle ourselves out in public but also inside the home.
Hmm.
So I'm just saying all of that to say that some of the onus is on the male too to be intentional about not carrying that toughness, that tough exterior, because it's not necessary, especially when you're with me.
Well, and I think that women understand that men are not that tough exterior. I think that some of the frustration that women have with men is the fact that we know that's not the whole you. So stop faking. So if something if there's an event that happens, and as a woman, I want to check in with my partner and say, hey, how are you feeling about that? Or let's talk about it or whatever. Oh no, I'm good. I don't worry about nothing. I'm not. And it's just like, we know that's not true. And so that creates a divide in the relationship because there's really no intimacy. And beyond sex, of course, it's
Right.
there's not an intimate relationship where the person can be vulnerable. So I think that this man makes a really good point, but I think women know that already, and the trouble is getting men to relax enough or feel safe enough, to your
Mhm.
point, to to be open and honest about things. Or if we see you with a knot in your throat and your eyes welling up, you don't cry, a tear doesn't fall, but we know that you're having an emotional experience. Nah, I'm good.
The reenactment is just stellar.
I have heard it a time or two. But it's like, you're not
Right.
good.
Right.
No one should be good in this situation. So and you feel better when you can share that with
Yeah.
someone and you're not carrying that all by yourself. So
And just go ahead and shed a tear.
let it
Like,
ain't nobody mad at a man that sheds a tear
no.
because it makes you human. It doesn't make you less than a man.
Exactly. It's all that tough exterior that we like, is he human or
Or is he an asshole?
not? Ah,
Really?
all right.
I think you're up next. What you think?
I
What?
just read that one.
Oh, did you?
Hmm.
Okay, you did. You sure did.
You want me to go?
Sure.
Okay. What men wish women knew. Even though women think it's all about them, men also enjoy compliments and their egos stroked. Well, we know that men love their ego stroked, like, duh.
That was not insightful.
Tell
That was like,
us something we don't know.
yeah, that's the world's worst kept secret. It's like, that's all you want is your ego stroke.
But I wonder if it is like generally how many women do compliment their significant other. Like it's, I think it is stereotypically that the man compliments the woman. Like, do
Really?
you, yeah.
I don't. I mean, maybe I'm not gushing with compliments. Maybe I don't know. I have to think about that.
Do you
I
give
do. I
compliments
do give
though? Oh,
compliments.
okay.
Yeah, I do.
Does he know that they're compliments, or is
He should.
is he thinking about, was that a compliment or not?
Yeah, I mean, like, when he's going to court or something, I'm like, oh, you look good, and because he could wear, he looks nice in his suits and stuff like that. So I'll absolutely,
Oh, okay,
compliment
that's
him.
great.
Yeah,
Yeah,
or
I
his
give
cooking
compliments
skills.
also.
Yeah,
Hmm.
he cooks way better than I do, so I'm like, oh, that was good. You put your foot in it, that kind of thing.
Okay.
Yeah, so I do compliment. Is it every single solitary day? Mm-mm.
I don't think it needs to
I
be.
don't think so either. I think it needs to be genuine,
Hmm.
sincere, honest,
Hmm. All those things.
all those things. But that's it.
All right.
So
I
I
think we
have
have.
one.
Okay, I was about to say. I think we
One,
have time for one more.
one more. Okay. Um, what men wish women knew is that women cannot make a man stop cheating. Only the man will realize he values what he has and doesn't want to jeopardize it.
What now? What was the last part?
Only the man will realize he values what he has and doesn't want to jeopardize it.
Now that's a whole episode topic.
It is, but I think that's good. I think that women should know that. And I don't know if women always recognize that that they didn't have anything to do with the cheating. It
Hmm.
doesn't matter what he says. And I always use this example. And I'm not trying to offend anyone in the LGBTQ plus community, but this is an example. If you are in a relationship with a heterosexual man There's absolutely nothing you can do to make him engage in a homosexual relationship. You as the woman, you
Mm,
can't do anything to to offend or upset your partner in such a way that he is going to go into a homosexual relationship. You don't have that kind of control. He may do it, but that's completely of himself. And so why do you think that there's anything you can do to make him
hmm.
turn to another woman? You can't. These are all decisions and choices that he makes. And so for a woman to think that she has the power to make him cheat or not cheat, we're just kidding ourselves.
Yeah. And it's also the reason that if he does cheat, that you should not be going after the woman.
She ain't got nothing to do with it. I mean, nothing. She may not even know you exist.
Yeah. And I know sometimes it's easier said than done because for a lot of people it's a blow to the ego or whatever for a
Hmm.
lot of women.
Hmm.
And you when it's done, you it's hard not to like do that introspection or whatever, or do an analysis. Well, what did I do? And reviewing your mind, all of these instances. And it's just like the best thing to do for yourself, for your mental health, and for yours. I'm all about self preservation, just walk away.
Well,
Yes, walk away.
so if their family's involved and all that stuff, I think that couples can recover from cheating. I do.
Uh,
And I know people who've done it because
okay.
they had a whole marriage, children, the whole nine. And the woman's like, "You're going to stay here and take care of these kids. I'm not letting you off the hook with that." And so, and they were able to get back on track and thrive after that.
Mm, that's good for them.
That's great for them. I ain't saying it's for everybody, but I
Mm.
also think that it's not a blanket statement to say in the relationship. Like, I don't know if that's always, I don't know if it's always the answer.
Okay.
I know what it is for me, but I wouldn't want to put that out there for everyone because everyone's circumstances are different. Everybody
Okay.
doesn't work.
Well, and you
So
know I'm
you
just playing.
tell a
But
woman you leave your husband and she ain't got no job and she out there trying to raise
so
children
you
on
gonna
her
stay
own.
with him and be unhappy
Well, you may not be unhappy.
if he cheated? Oh
If
my
he
God.
if
This
he
Go ahead.
okay, there relationships are complex. And
Indeed.
so you may be a woman that can overcome that kind of thing
That's true.
with therapy and a bunch of other stuff. So I'm just saying that it is not a foregone conclusion that you have to leave your partner. Now, in my situation, in your situation, we ain't married, ain't no children involved. You cheat. I mean, it was nice knowing you, kind of thing. But if, but in other situations, they're just extenuating circumstances. That's all
Mm, okay. Anything
I'm
else?
saying. I guess we have to agree to disagree on that.
Well, I mean, I actually do agree with you that some women, like you said, have the wherewithal to get past it and to make it work. Some don't. Clearly, I don't. Like if you all haven't picked up on that, I
She
don't.
does not suffer fools lightly. Let me tell you.
But I don't. I'm not here to judge anybody who does. Do what works for you.
Absolutely. That's all I'm saying.
And I also don't have any children, so
Hmm.
that's a whole
That's a
nother
game
layer of
changer.
things.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
So
Love to hear if we have any men out here that, and we had a whole list of things that we could not get to, but if there are any men that said, "Oh my God, you all missed this one key thing," please share it with us. Women, if you want to add to the commentary, and if you learned anything insightful from the comments from these men, let us know.
absolutely, we would love to hear from you all. And always remember that we are on all social media platforms and wherever you get your podcast.
Yes.
So, to that end, we will see you all on the next episode.
Ciao.
Ciao. Thank you for joining us for this episode of Two Chicks, One Vibe. Remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel and to like, share, and follow on all social media platforms and Spotify. Let us know what you think in the comments, and we will see you all on the next episode.